That's glorious. I love that. I can't quite tell if it's supposed to be stained glass or like a broken mirror or painted glass. Strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. Okay. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. What are the four lightning patterns you saw outside? Bark beetles? Nah, looks intentional. Some long forgotten style. Zoom in a little bit here. That's some sort of insect process. Is that a small bird? Blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Something to do with radio's frequencies? Prayer book has been left open. Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. These wires work as contact microphones?
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, it seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Alright. Yell.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the...
So it's an acoustics thing.
It's unnerving.
Alright, stop your feet, clap your hands.
A few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Kim, what's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Alright. Maybe they want to discourage singing and dancing.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though.
Look up into the bell tower.
Rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Alright, I'm glad we followed through on this after all. The edit could suck it. I'll just take a short nap and then caffeinate up again.
Something moving up there.
The Crab Man!
It's emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
On the ceiling?
Yes. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
Let's follow the shadow's movements.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
The lieutenant follows your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is that you're seeing.
Oh no. You've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
Let's blink. Oh, that's a good way to do that, too.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Great, it's going to turn me into a car that's cursed to be a man.
Talk to it.
Well, if he's going to hang out for a minute, I'm going to look at the other stuff. Maybe get some more context. Frost has drawn flowers in the glass, obscuring the view. Figure drawn in frost in the window depicting a deer. Oh. Ooh, Mesk Banger silk scarf. Huge red scarf is still dusty from lying on the church. Subtle red on red embroidery embellishes it with cocky roosters and Mesk floral motifs. Cracked into gas. Gas? Glass. Colorful. Maybe we should end soon, so I apparently can't talk anymore. Spider spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. Shoes. Mesk Banger's red brogues. Go shoeless. Oh! That'll give us empathy. We can talk to Kuno. Also, visible white on white flower motifs sewn on the tongue. The toe caps are still dusty from lying in the church. Hell yeah. Alright. Alright, we'll go talk to the thing before we mess with the equipment. Oh, let me look at the background there. Yeah, let's go talk to him.
The shadow is
Now I have to do Kuno before we
a
leave.
man made of
Or
the
attempt it.
same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The crab man.
There we go. Say nothing. Be quiet for
The
now.
man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes.
Jesus.
Everything's gonna be all right. You come to the right place.
Oh.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and
Oh.
in general. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Revachol.
Right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
Okay.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
Yes.
Hey, and what was that about, the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a problem. It's been getting a little out of hand lately, but...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Okay.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Alright. I feel like you have a point. Crazy guy. Okay. For some reason, I think you have a point there.
Trust me. Trust the mother.
Ooh, we got another thought we
I'm
could
only
try.
the messenger, Holmes.
His voice echoes in the cold air of the
This is
church.
The Church of the Mother of Silence.
Oh, that explains the null spot. Okay, well, we've gotten the Crabman's blessing.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? Whatever it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways. 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self.
Alright.
This man is a zealot.
So, you must be the Crabman.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
To be fair, it's really more like a
I
spider.
always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams.
That's cool.
It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over
I
there?
didn't even see the satchel. Wait, did you also carve all those sculptures?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
Alright, you got some nice curves going there.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
So, what did you do, or what were you before you became a Crabman and a wood carver?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time,
Oh, that's probably why he ditched the clothes from
most
it.
of them are already gone.
Alright. I lost my memory too. It's like I get to create a whole new me, start from scratch.
That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
Okay.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, Your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
Well, I can't use the name Tequila Sunset. My name's Harry. Extend your hand for a
That's
greeting.
just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
Alright. Ignores your hand. His limb's a mere shadow below the ceiling. What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration.
Okay.
I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Alright. Who's this mother of silence you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, I said. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
Alright. What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds cool.
Sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
You sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Alright. Faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way, and I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
Fair enough.
Drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I guess you have a point.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Alright.
It will take time. Don't sweat it.
I don't know why I doubled up there. I still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
Seraph, Holmes, I sing the mother's glory.
It's an interesting spelling of seraph. Okay. That doesn't make sense for you to sing if she's the mother of silence.
I don't mean literal.
I'm
singing.
glad you like that.
This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes, that's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
He's not wrong. How'd you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Okay. Are these yours? Show him the scarf and
I
shoes.
think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
They look pretty dapper, actually.
Yeah, the shoes definitely look good on me. Other
The
questions?
sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams,
All right.
blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
He responds, his voice suddenly flat.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the
I'm just glad we didn't find dead bodies in here.
about everything.
All right. Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
Wait, do they have reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
Okay. So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not?
Oh, that's
They
cool.
don't bother me none.
He's down.
I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might
Alright.
even be nice to have some company.
Cool.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Okay. Do you know where the other spooker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
Alright. Wait, so there's another person living in the church, and it's a Vieta?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes.
Yeah,
She's actually quite young.
What's-her-futs had the same
Or maybe
observation
not that young.
about the clothes, anyway.
Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Okay. And you don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
Alright. So you've got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Okay, then. I can't walk around that way, apparently. Ejects a reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. Portable Harman Wowshy tape recorder. Is it possible it's recording something?
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
He seems cautious around the
We should
machine.
leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yes, but this machine looks just like the one in the Doomed commercial
It's
area.
also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
He inspects the machine's framework, careful not to touch
The one
anything.
you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Fell mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
Okay.
The Ream Prefect is the governmental version of the commonly used Ream Civic model. Although mostly based on the same technology, the Ream Prefect is equipped with better noise attenuation circuits.
Alright. Wait, let me just
You
investigate it.
see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Let's hack. Alright, look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March.
Alright.
This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents.
Okay.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brune.
Can we get the password for the other computer?
Indian Repeat Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Fortress accident, like the one in the Doomed commercial area?
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghilaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Okay.
Anything else I can help you with?
Alright. I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log February, March.
Please repeat the password.
We still haven't found
Let's
it.
look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Alright. I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. something a criminal would do.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Alright, finish with the call.
Goodbye, Fortress accident.
She says as her voice disappears into a world of
The
static.
keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Let's press print.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. So we could look at that before we went in there.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall.
Oh, is that the innocent we read about?
A dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence.
Dolores Day. Yep.
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Might as
Your
well.
knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Let's look up.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse?
Who's the guy in front of her, though?
She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
Oh.
No, she doesn't care about you. She only cares about her shiny sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time to leave.
It's compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Oh. Do the same as you get
Your
up.
fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Alright. This is Dolores
The
Day.
old woman in the village was right. This must be the Delorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of this place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Okay.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 staved churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
He looks at the machinery lying around.
Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? A pang of guilt? The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was
I
abandoned?
have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect
Oh,
for
no.
herself than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I don't remember being here.
I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It
Okay.
happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Alright. Kim, are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I didn't think you were
It's
spiritual.
not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Oh, I mean, that's not that uncommon. Alright. How did I know this was the mother of humanism?
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores.
Also, we read that book earlier.
The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the
Oh, can we get a better explanation on the innocences? That'd be good.
and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
Wait, what exactly is an innocence? I've read a book, but it was fuzzy.
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A ruler?
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entire...
So it's kind of a papal thing?
The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions.
Yeah, they're like a pope.
They
Alright.
are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
More of a super pope. Is one in office now?
We are alone.
Okay. When did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this
We're gonna end up going past the next hour anyway.
Indian by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolation.
That sounds colonist to me.
Connected world.
Alright. What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese,
I mean, it was her husband down there
the
then.
principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
Okay. What else? Was she smart?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher
so
of the state.
She's living on the down low.
Scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
What's that?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
Oh, that explains that part of the painting.
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Alright. What else do I know about her?
Things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an
Oh,
terribly
wait.
women of the court.
Okay, this is all the stuff we already did.
She was crowned 2 years. Wow, in bystand. That is
Okay.
why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mess and the Occident, and even far away Supramuindi. Altogether, 21 of the 40 mundial nations of the time immediately accepted innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
Her crowning?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vespa Messina, her homeland.
Oh yeah, that came up in the other book.
Means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Then what?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man
Great.
had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching
Aliens?
us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was
I
shot.
saw a video recently that talked about, like, there was a Russian novel series that kind of
The
covered
man,
something
thought to
similar.
be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm.
Yeah, it was from In Praise of Shadows, but I don't remember the name of the book.
While on duty,
In Praise of
he
Shadows was
observed
the
her
YouTube
forgetting to
channel.
breathe
Sorry.
For over 10 minutes.
Oh.
This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
We already paid for the room tonight, right? So, I have $50. I might go buy the phone thing. Is there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But although she's often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her Theriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the
Well, that
instances. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against
Yeah.
the state. And then
Yeah, that tends a lot. Oh no. Oh no.
the Misk state tried
Resettlement's
to detach
not
itself
never good.
from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerated into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as
Yeah,
well.
that ain't
The
good.
centers were
Not a
suppressed
fan.
by a military force she called the Army of Humanity, suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb. In icons such as this, she was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband.
Alright, we got room for two
It's as
thoughts
if he
now.
vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
The lieutenant's calm voice echoes in the cold air of the
What
church.
are you thinking of, if I may ask?
We'll let him know after this ad, because I am not good at managing my time. Let's work at least through this before we call it a night. Okay, anyway. I'll tab back in here. Why do we tolerate this bourgeois woman that long before we shot her?
She introduced us to the idea of public education, retirement, and modern diplomacy.
He takes his glasses off to clean
Either
them.
way, this church, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in.
Alright, reconstruct the cracked glass.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one,
Okay, that's the...
and a text, a light motif below them both.
Alright, what shattered this mosaic?
Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned. or just hooligans looking for something to break.
Who's the older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene.
Oh, that was the queen she was advising,
She's
okay.
depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to
So I
stand
thought I
at her
could scroll
feet.
down to see more.
Secret servicemen, farriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
What does the motto say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
I forget what a pray
And
means.
then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
It's after, okay, before life, more, or is it after life? Death, after death, the new life? I forget what gree means too. Ah, terrible.
After life,
There we go.
death.
Thank you.
After death,
Ah,
life
pale.
again.
Okay.
After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking, a tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death.
Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death,
Death, life again.
so he knows
After
the
the
motto.
world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why not anymore?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto.
I mean, that's
Already
fair.
Suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine.
Go
A
figure.
macho thing.
Alright, what's the motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Huh. Jesus. Huh. Not very feminine.
Not at all.
Okay.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
Oh, that answers my earlier question about it, whether it was painted or not. Oh, wait, is this the same
The
thing?
mother
Yeah.
of humanism.
Okay. Do we walk through here, or... No. Alright, and I think we're most... Oh, we need to ask if this guy knows the password.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Coffee in the back. Something familiar about that. Coffee and stale cookies.
Alright. Have you heard... By any chance heard the Vieta say the password to a radio
Too many
computer?
times, essay. You need it for something.
Yeah.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Alright. Huh. I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes, identifying regional trends in the interest of public safety, of course.
Vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Okay. Afterlife death. We might run to the other radio computer to try it on that one too. Was that about coffee? I feel like I've heard it somewhere before.
Look, man, I'm at liberty to talk about the sacred blaze of the mother's glorious heart, but not about the coffee.
Okay then.
I
Thanks.
think we're done here, essay.
The figure crawls off into the darkness above.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
Alright. So we got 2 points. We give ourselves a case of the gaze. Alright, I like the term wasteland of reality. But also, Right now, time for Case of the Gays. And, yeah, drop a point into interfacing, because I want to know what's in that freaking thing. Composure's been doing pretty well. Alright. I want to try the other radio computer first. And I don't want to sick the kids on this place until we talk to whoever else is in there. Okay, first let me check the door now. My odds are probably still pretty unlikely. But... oh, the -1 is from probably the thought. Okay.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long...
Okay. So yeah, I want to run back. I think I'm going to buy the phone. I forget which phone item. Oh, yeah, I'm going to grab the phone, shoes, and yeah, we're going to talk to Kuno since we got an empathy boost. And then we'll try the radio computer real quick. I don't know why I want the full phone set. It's just like it's one of those like back of the brain bugbears. It's just like get the thing. We got the hat, we got the gloves. We might have the jacket. Going the wrong way. Oh yeah, the crossing's up north. And again, I'm making money just for thinking at this rate, so we might as well get the shoes. I got some stuff I could sell too if I have to.
Below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them.
Super cool! Now the premium lifestyle is yours, officer.
Oh
The
yeah.
sneakers seem to vibrate in your hands with an almost mystical energy.
Oh, and the speaker's only 50 cents?
The junk is yours, officer. Happy listening. Try not to hurt your ears with that Samaritan garbage.
Either I need it for the kids or I need it for the karaoke. But either way. Alright, I'm wearing my empathy shoes. To be fair, I have been pretty good about not save scumming anything, so we probably still want to attempt multiple times. But Kuno, what's up?
Fuck, does Kuno care?
I can't put any more skill points in empathy. Maybe we're fucked. Oh well.
Kuno doesn't.
I thought I changed my shoes to the... Yeah, we did. I apparently need more than that. Alright. It's falling up then. What do the other ones boost? Pain threshold and half light. A lot of half light going on, actually. You could probably talk to the dice maker. Because they had a half-light thing going on. Oh, flashlight. We still gotta find our way into the back half of that. We had our tools, wouldn't it? Yeah. They're no magic speakers, these are lame speakers. Okay. Oh, but we can sell this for $30. Alright, yeah, fine. Yeah, I'll hang on to that. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to get into there yet. I'm not sure if it's a drop down from above, or... I mean, actually, that's entirely possible. And check the floor patch. Sorry, radio computer. This is what I want to do. So we got that password now.
The cube are still smoldering. Cast the speaker.
Good after. Please repeat. Is this the production? Good. Please repeat the password.
Alright, afterlife, death.
Good. I've unlocked the production schedule.
There we go.
After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Okay.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Huh.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. With a quiet determination, the printer starts printing. A piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
Let's read that printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident.
Okay.
The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Alright. Read about the workforce, who worked there, how long.
Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers,
Of course.
a CEO, 2 marketing experts,
Oh,
and
no.
a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape.
Ah, maybe that's what's in the fridge.
But on the other hand, their obligations were piling up at an inhumane rate, a rate that could only be amended by Pyrrolidon. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists?
Alright. Why did a radio game need so many
It
artists?
didn't.
It did need so many concept artists?
Definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skip to work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules.
Have you met writers, though? That's...
One of them even
What they
managed to
do.
steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good.
Okay. Read about capital. I want to know about money.
Short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Riyal, but then came the delays.
Uh-oh.
Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Riyal, with only half of the game finished. 400,000 Riyal? Yo. These guys knew how to party.
Where'd they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Alright, skim through the production schedule.
Production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Right, what happened?
It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large and
We're not going to blame the artists.
could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team.
Yep,
They
feature
tried to
creep,
make a
etc.
4 million Real game with 400,000 in their bank account.
Yeah.
They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination.
Yeah.
Couldn't.
Oh, so they were done it by their own ambition.
Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
The what?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jim Spawn, Suliswaf Jalisa,
Oh, great.
that what
Adding more crap.
was a
Adding more crap.
mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found.
Oh, that's cool.
Would have been able to choose a head for their headless part.
Oh, no.
Would have been voiced on air.
Oh, no. How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
How many combinations could you make out of that?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Yeah, how bad could it be? Christ.
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest. He's dying for a cigarette. Come to think of it, you are too.
Fuck off. I love this. Keep going. I gotta know.
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Just let the numbers wash over you.
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data.
So that's what did it, and that's it. That's a large number. But what now?
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end, where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Igaunian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day, an unidentified numeric anomaly
Oh no.
on the East Insulindian lintel front, just as the World Untethered project was being compiled that day.
And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air?
The project was returned. It was completely blank.
They got bit flipped.
The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
Wasn't there a copy of the game? A backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the offsite copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred.
Oof.
It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the offsite copy and, well, keep it offsite. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has
Ouch.
been attached.
What does it say?
Lukanen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The offsite copy was onsite because there was no offsite anymore. Not for me, not after
Oh,
crunch.
fuck.
I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
Alright, seems like a perfectly reasonable explanation.
That's not what her colleagues thought.
Yeah.
She's right, actually. Nothing wrong with keeping this type of filament memory in a fridge.
Is there anything else from this lead programmer?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Let's read the notes.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here.
I have a feeling there's another filament core in the
Slipstream switched to
ice cream
making
fridge.
skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign
Oh, shit.
next to the church said. Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the
I did not expect that to tie back into the church.
fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Alright. I wanted to head upstairs. Check in. We can't pick up the dice yet, but we might have enough to
Oh, it's you again.
shivers
Are you looking
this.
for a die?
It was shivers we needed, not the other thing. Alright. Oh. I don't think I have any shivers boosting clothing, but we can check. Clothing. Oh, there we go. I'm trying not to do clothing stuff, but I am curious about what we're gonna put. Oh, the pants. There's the itchy pants. Or no, it was Half-Light that did. Okay, never mind. Alright, I'll take a crack at it. Oh no, talk to her. There we go. Sorry about the flashlight.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
Aside from getting naked,
Nope.
you're not sure what else to do. The building holds no more answers for you.
Alright, we'll throw a point in Shivers when I get a chance. Alright, back to fashion. I'm always using the fallen gloves, right? Yeah, it might say we like our chemistry, honestly. No, give me the piss jacket. Fuck those trousers. Alright. I kind of like the bum hat, honestly. Yeah, let's switch it up for a bit. Wait. Okay, yeah, let's use this again. Oh yeah, so Kuno proved to be a wash, but we got the other fallen stuff anyway. Should probably just head back to the church and save. I did want to see if there was some way to get down from above there. There is, presumably it would be in one of these rooms down here. It's that or it connects to the, whatchamahoo's it? I forgot what the check was for that filing cabinet, too. Let's see, person would ever put their head into such a machine. Not sure which machine you're talking about, but okay. Something in the gym, I guess, but whatever. Alright. Oh. Flashlight can go away. So it'd probably look weird running around with a flashlight. Yeah, let me head back to the church. We'll check out the computer there next time. That's not the way back to the church. I'm so glad we bought the shoes, even if I'm not likely to use them anytime soon. Okay. And odds are, whenever we get to this night, I'll probably try and fire up karaoke, unless I need to do more for that dipshit. Which I probably do. I don't think there was any way into this red house, was there? No. Time in game is nearly 4 p.m. Okay. Because yeah, we also have to try and get to that communist thing as well. Seems the lead program Fortress Accident was looking for. Alright, and we will find out what's up with that next week.